everybody, this is just a little tutorial on how to pay for your periodic deposits for World Youth Day 2023 in Lisbon. So you've received a link with Spirit Tours to go and pay your installments. So once I click on that link, I get this page that you see here that's up. And it will automatically brings you to the French page. So if you want English, come up here and click on EN. Mine wants to translate back to French. Now, we have some language issues. Some of their platform is just by default in French, so I'll just talk you through those so that you can be sure you're clicking the right things. So here we've got Ottawa Cornwall. That means you're on the right page. We now have options. So if you click the little down arrow, you're choosing one of two options, and these are, we're trying to get this corrected now because they're in French on the English page. You have avec vol, which means with flights, and you have sans vol, which means without flights. So with flights is your default option because the group travels together. We leave together on the same day and come back together on the same day on the same plane. The without flights option is available only to people 18 years old and over, and that means you'll be responsible for finding your own flights and your own transportation to meet up with us wherever we are in Portugal at the time of your arrival. Flights are limited, so make sure you do your research before you click on without flights. And again, that's for 18 years and over only. So I'm going to go ahead and click on avec vol with flights because that's what most of us will be using. Okay, and here I now have an option to pay a $400 deposit or the total of $3,600. So again, this is in French. Acompte means installment. So you want to make sure that that's clicked if you don't want to be charged the entire amount at once. We also have this little number here. Please always keep it at 1. You have to pay for each pilgrim individually. So if I am a mom who has 2 kids, and all 3 of us are going, I have to do one at a time, do child number 1, go through and pay, then I come back and do child number 2, and then I come back and do my own. I can't do all 3 at once, so please always leave that at 1. Then I'll just come and click on add to cart. If you've ever online shopped, it's not complicated. And then we come up to the top here to view cart. And it gives us this. So you have your price and your subtotal, but it has here the deposit amount of $400. So we're not going to panic. They're not actually going to charge us $3,600 right now. And this second box is the opportunity to offset your greenhouse gas emissions by donating to Planet Air. That is optional. It won't add anything unless you click the add your donation button. That is entirely up to you. And unfortunately, there are no coupons for this trip. As we come down to cart totals, we see the subtitle, but what we're paying today is $400. So I proceed to checkout, and I'm going to make someone up to bill because I, don't want to share my personal information on the internet. We're going to call this person Gertrude Martin, and that is exactly how her name appears on the passport. If she has a middle name, we'll add it. There we go, Gertrude Marie Martin. She doesn't have a company name, so we won't add that. We're in Canada. Her street address is going to be 123 Apple Lane, apartment 3. City of Ottawa, and just a note for you, if you live in a suburb that is often called by its own name, but you're actually in a different city, please put the city name. If I live in Canada, in Orleans, or in Gloucester, I'm going to put Ottawa. If I live in Hull, I'm going to put Gatineau. Be sure to use the city name as it is legally called. Then I choose my province. And my postal code, we're going to use Santa Claus's postal code because why not? And we're going to give Gertrude a phone number in the 613. As far as I can tell, it doesn't matter if we use hyphens or spaces or nothing at all. I hope that's no one's actual number, don't call it. Email address, gertrude@nodomain.com. This little blue checkbox to receive marketing emails, those are marketing emails from Spirit Tours for their other pilgrimages. So unchecking this box won't affect what you receive for World Youth Day from us at the diocesan office. It's just a question of ads from Spiritus. So I'm going to uncheck it because as much as I want to do all those pilgrimages, I don't have that kind of money. Gertrude was born in 1992 on April 1st, year, month, and day. And then I'm going to have to come all the way back up here. You can ignore the ship to a different address. There's really nothing to ship here. Okay, so here's the question. Are you a participant for World Youth Day 2023? So we're going to click yes, I participate with another diocese because I'm not going with Montreal. That's the first one. And I'm going to choose Gertrude's gender. All of this under here is optional. You don't need to fill this in right now because we at the Archdiocese will be collecting an information sheet from each of you with your passport number, the expiration date, emergency contacts, and all of that. So they don't need to have that there. We'll submit it all at once. So you can skip that. Now this piece is pretty important. Are you autonomous? So are you physically and psychologically able to participate in all the activities? We want to know if you can walk multiple kilometers, if you're okay with the heat conditions, because in Portugal at the end of July it's going to be quite hot. Are you claustrophobic and afraid of large crowds? If none of these things are a problem, you can click yes, I'm autonomous. Now, if any of those things are a problem, before you click anything, I want you to get out of there and call us at the diocesan office, call Manon or Xavi, or send an email, and let's discuss it. There are accommodations we can put in place and make. We just need to be aware of what those are. Okay, so this is not necessarily a problem, but let us handle that together before you go and click on no here. Okay, so then we will, oh yes, come down here. They're offering a quote from Blue Cross Travel Insurance. You can click that if you like. You can go see what they're offering, but you are very welcome to use your own insurance or to get insurance from elsewhere as you find it. That's just an advertisement there. Okay, then we come down to our order. Right now, what's important is to be paid and future payments. So right now we're paying $400, which will leave me a balance of $3,200 for the rest of this. Okay, and then I would enter my information here for my credit card, my expiry date, and my little 3-digit code at the back of my card. This little blue checkbox to save to account, that's not going to make a recurring payment. What that will do is just save it, ask you to create an account. So that you can just click on it and avoid having to enter your card details again. That's up to you. Gertrude's going to uncheck this because she'd rather just put it in every time. Okay, and then the last thing is that you're going to have to click on this little box here to say that you've read and agreed to the website terms and conditions, which you may want to read by clicking on this link. And once you're done with that, you're going to click place order. I can't do that right now because I haven't put any card information in, but once you do that, you'll get a confirmation screen and Spiritours will send you an invoice for what you've paid. You'll get that by email in a few minutes following your payment, according to my own experience. If you have any trouble at all with this process, please feel free to reach out to us. We would rather help you through it before it happens than have to deal with problems. So if you're unsure with anything, please give us a call or send us an email and we'll help you sort out whatever you need to sort out. Thank you very much. This concludes our little tutorial of the Spiritours payment page. See you in Lisbon.